This is the end.
So since that Bleach is coming back, I figure it would be a good time to come back with my what if series for Bleach. Since it's been a while since I did a Bleach video. Been a while. It's been a while. Now, what if Genryusai didn't get killed off by Yhwach and instead he fought alongside with Ichigo at the end? Now, with Yhwach first showed up in the Soul Society and started wrecking house and killing off Genryusai in the most brutalist way ever. Instead of that happening, Yhwach would have been taunting Genryusai by telling him that you killed a clone of me 1,000 years ago. You didn't fight the real me. So Yhwach shows Genryusai a taste of what he can actually do by having him fight Roid Lloyd, making Genryusai use up all of his powers until the real Yhwach shows up and tells him that he was talking to Aizen for recruitment reasons. And while he was walking, he grabs Chojiro, steals his Bankai from him, holds him up by the throat like he did to Kenpachi and impales him with his sword. And then Yhwach would tell Genryusai that it was your own fault that you didn't get your arm healed and that you lost your ruthlessness, and that the old Yamamoto would have done anything to win a battle, even sacrifice his own subordinates, because the whole point of Yhwach's plan was to mentally destroy him and show him what's right. Because we all know how typical villains are in animes or in TV shows, that the villain gets all the power and chooses to fight the main protagonist when they're at their strongest. And since Genryusai is already at his peak of his full strength, Yhwach would have left Genryusai by telling him that he could have easily killed him right now and that it would have been all over, like, I did your lieutenant, but I want to fight you at my full strength. Genryusai passes out after the fight and has a dream about the past and how he and his team were just demonic thugs that did anything to win. Yeah, he wakes up to call a meeting with all the captains to explain the details about Yhwach and about 1,000 years ago. After hearing everything from 1,000 years ago, the captains then leave to proceed and start their proper training. Now, after when Ichigo finds out the truth and he gets his full power and he is fighting against Yhwach, Genryusai makes his return to the battlefield and him and Ichigo team up to fight against Yhwach. Genryusai thanks Ichigo for having that pep talk before the battle even started by saying, in my 1,000+ years, I let myself down. I've let down everyone as a commander, and that this battle, I will end this mistake I should have ended 1,000 years ago. So Ichigo and Genryusai are fighting against Yhwach with all that they have, and I'll say this, going towards the end, Ichigo uses the Getsuga Tensho, and Yamamoto proceeds to slash him from behind with immense heat that burns him out of existence. But man, I think that team up would be crazy, with the assistance from Uryu shooting Yhwach with that silver tip arrow, disabling his powers for a bit, and having Ichigo and Yamamoto go in and finish the job. Because Yhwach is one of the villains who actually got the job done by killing off someone who you could say was and was not a threat to him. As he stated in the manga that I'm the only one that could suppress your power, and it wasn't much of any trouble of killing you. Because the plan was simple: use someone to fight against him for a while, and then at the end steal his weakened Bankai powers away from him. So you would think he got the idea from Aizen, as he did know about the fight between them and how he lost his arm in that battle. And Ichigo's Bankai plus his blue vein was just starting to grow, to the point where he could have easily killed him, despite Yhwach second in command telling him that it's a mistake to leave Ichigo alive and you're ignoring the possibilities. But at least Yhwach did something that Lynch couldn't do in Black Clover. You killed Julius, but then somehow he's all alive and well. Like, no. Like, what type of bull is this? He should have died, but that's besides that crap. Like, Jesus, this man should have died. Like, that shit was beyond stupid. But let me know what y'all think on Yamamoto and Ichigo fighting alongside each other against Yhwach. Now, yes, it's probably would be impossible for Ichigo to be standing alongside him, fighting against someone that's, you know, as crazy as Yamamoto, especially with the Bankai that's melting dimensions and melting the whole Soul Society and all. But since Ichigo has blue vein, it's a very, very strong possibility that they can actually fight against each other. Because, firstly, I kind of wanted to see them team up. I really did wanted to see them like team up. even in like the show or like the manga or something, because we seen like Ichigo versus Kenpachi, and that was beautiful. We seen Ichigo versus Byakuya, that was also cool. And then we seen Ichigo versus Aizen. Now, yes, those fights he fought all three of those men like by himself and stuff, and it wasn't like a necessarily team up or anything. Now, the only, I guess, team up he could have had if he would have showed up early when they was when they would I'm messing up here. Now, it would have been nice if Ichigo would have shown up like way early when Aizen and the rest of his peeps in the run cars, you know, and the Espada was there, and you know they was kind of like fighting against everybody. But then Aizen never really showed his Koto Suigetsu to Ichigo. He never showed it to him. So I mean, again, like he only showed him like the destruction that he did. Like he showed him that he was just like, oh, you know, this is what I can do and stuff. And then the fight between Genryusai, he basically just said, oh, I'm gonna seal up your power and stuff, because even he used, like, we all remember, like he used, I think it was named Wanda Weiss or Wanda Weiss. You know, I think it was Wanda Weiss. Yeah, he used him, and he was just like, okay, we're gonna seal up your power because I know you might kill me. Even with the Hogyoku, you might actually kill me with that Bankai. Nah, I gotta have your ass sealed. And that's exactly what he did and stuff. And then, you know, he lost his arm and stuff. And then this is why I think it only makes sense as while Yubak was just like, oh, let me do that, but I'm gonna do that in a more, like, I wouldn't even see the way Aizen did it. It was genius, but the way Yubak did it, it was just dirty. It was just mean. It was dirty. Like, he had this man pretending he was actually fighting him and stuff. And then he realized he wasn't even fighting him. And he just said, listen, I could have took your power a while ago. I was just teasing you. I was really teasing you to see how things was going to go and stuff. Aizen had a plan. Even though, yeah, Yubak had a plan too. But like I said, it was nasty. It was dirty and stuff. And then he just said, oh, you know, I'm gonna kill you and stuff. And he had a point. He was just like, yeah, the old you would have done anything to win. You know, you didn't really have faith in Ichigo. You didn't, I guess, didn't have faith in Orihime to heal your arm and stuff. So he was just throwing all these factors, and it was just saying that this is the reason why you lost and stuff. And I was just like, oh my god. I was like, yo, this man was going in on him. So I'm like, and I kind of was thinking, I was like, yeah, because if he would have saw Ichigo like as a full like Soul Reaper or whatever, and had full trust and faith in him, then maybe they could have done a team up together. Because I would have wanted to see that. Them do like a team up together. And then he's like, okay, he's my mess for like 1,000 years ago. Let me handle him. I must handle this nonsense and stuff. And then he goes to his Bunkai and stuff. And then he just shakes off the cobwebs and stuff. And then him and Ichigo, they doing it together. Oh, I think that'd have been crazy and stuff. Now, would Yubak would have stolen some Bunkais and sealed them up? Maybe possible, yeah, sure. But would it have been crazy to see them both fighting against him and just like doing some murderous damage? Yes, absolutely, yes. I would have loved to see that and stuff, because we kind of got a glimpse of back when like, you know, Aizen was still running things and stuff, and then what was his face? Oh, Byakuya and Kenpachi, they fought the Zero Espada. You know, we kind of saw it, but then we kind of didn't see it, because it was just like, you know, he was laid down and stuff, and it was just like, oh, yeah, they defeated him and stuff. Like, we seen bits and pieces of the fight, but I think at the end we didn't see it and stuff. You know, my memory's a little bit hazy, because that's just been like 2012. That's just been a very, very, very long time. But, yeah, we've seen that and stuff, and we've seen like some interesting team ups between like the rest of like the captains, the lieutenants. We've seen that, but it's just like, I wanted to see the old man and Ichigo. I really wanted to see that shit. Like how that's gonna be clicking. You know, what's gonna happen here and shit. You know, but also let me know in the comments. Also, who you think would have won an actual fight between the two? Genryusai versus full powered Ichigo. Who you think will win that though? But I'm gonna leave that there. So If you like what you heard you like. Please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff. And I catch you later.